That needs to go. Okay, we add you to the calendar. I don't know why we're adding this, but okay, if you say so. How y'all doing today? Greetings, Islam, 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 and welcome to this amazing presentation we about to do for y'all tonight. It will be recorded on the school app. We will be recording it. Let me get to this because for some reason it is not coming up. But here we go. It says live, but it ain't letting me go live. Over here. In the school app, it will be on the school app. You will have not only will you have the presentation there, but you'll also have some of the questions. You'll have the worksheet questions. I have the one from Monday, still gonna do the one from yesterday, and I have one for today. So we'll be going over that also. Give me a second. I'm gonna give y'all some music to kind of listen to while I go and grab something really quick because I need some. I need to do something.
My life requires.
Yeah, I do need to lock in. You're right.
And expressed fully. I denounce all conditioning of hyper-independence and obsession to win. I denounce all false gods, leaders, celebrities that feed into soul poverty. I have feminine faith. Deep in my mind, there's an inner sanctuary. What is at the altar? What are the sacrificial offerings? I can feel it, maybe everything. I can feel myself being drawn to this place. I fall to my knees and I allow through my mental bow, my heartfelt bow. In this sacred cocoon, I am being rebirthed. I'm grieving what I thought were goals. I'm stripping away shame. I shed the pettiness. I know petty is played out. I release all energies and relationships where my present isn't recognized as a gift. Miss me with the incompetent insight. The hidden things are revealed to me in the sanctuary. Because the great I am saw it first and said so. And I can't unsee it. I can't unhear it.
All I know is
I'm
here.
really careful of the 411.
Hold on, here.
Again, on social media, my mind is a temple. I must guard it accordingly. I'm sanctuary.
I'm sanctuary.
I'm sanctuary. All my life is content, and for my ascension, I use it all to get more holy, more sanctified. I am walking scriptures, personified in womanhood, heavy on the spiritual, because divinity is in the details. That's what makes
heavy
me
on the spiritual.
I annihilate, obliterate all sorcery and generational spells, curses that keep me in a state of deep sleep and numbness to my majestic magic that's encoded in my DNA. I will not permit incompatible energies to infiltrate my sanctuary. At the core of my heart space, feminine mystery is downloading into my behavior through devotional prayer as I speak, as I receive, as I step into the room. In this temple, ceremony is going down. I bow and surrender my attachment to the desires of my heart happening, laying it all down at the altar of sovereign strategy. I vow to drink from the words Spirit put in my mouth. I'm body growth. Priestess swag has taken over. I feel low-key sanctified. The miracles, the confidence I flow in biblical proportions. I have wisdom inside of me. Being alive is a lifetime of clarity for my life. I have realized an ageless knowing of self with this sanctuary. I'm sanctuary. I express and live my life in a state of engaged non-attachment. When I realize I'm sliding back into emotional attachment to a perspective, I breathe deeply and return to a grounded state. I'm a sacred temple. No one who meets me is ever the same. My body is sacred. My mind is sacred. My eyes are sacred. My conversation is sacred. My time and energy is sacred. I'm walking, thinking, feeling sanctuary. I choose my lover, partner, and friends wisely.
Yeah, the same fact.
I'm a vessel for spiritual enlightenment, not spiritual entertainment. I can only allow occupancy for those that are meant for me. I welcome synchronicity, flexibility with what I desire. I give reverence to the sovereign plan for my life and humble my impulse to know. I am full of the illustration of divinity, expressed in living the gift of life. I remember my divine heritage as a cosmic being. I am responsible for being present in this. The genesis of my life and existence flows from creativity. Creativity is God, the nucleus of life. When I declare I am of a divine nature, I am declaring a devotion to being creative. I have so much fun being guided by the great I am. My life is expressing the divine plan. Most High expose any and all hidden disobedience and strongholds in my life. You are the light of my life. I'm sanctuary. I'm a physical animation of the spirit of creation. Creator, Most High. I'm seeing the gospel everywhere in all things and beings. I'm starstruck. I'm sanctuary. Hey, hey, hey. Oh yeah. I know I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. I'm sanctuary. I know I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. I'm sanctuary. I don't talk the same. I don't walk the same. I don't speak the same. We ain't the same. I don't woman the same. I don't laugh the same. I don't work the same.
Don't work the same.
I don't play the same.
I might have to close it and come back. I don't know how well this thing is going to be acting right now. We ain't the same.
I know I'm in this world,
but I'm not of this world. I'm sanctuary. I'm gonna have to do this. Hey, I'm sanctuary. It's a sanctuary.
I'm sanctuary.
And I may need my glasses. Oh.
Welcome, goddesses, healers, medicine women, mothers. This is the G code. I am all that I preach to be. I invite you all to take a leap with me. Astral projected through frequency. Let's vibe it out, smoke this leaf for me. Keep it in check. I am all that I preach to be. I invite you all to take a leap with me. Astral projected through frequency. Let's vibe it out, smoke this leaf for me.
Take a leap with me.
I really want to hit a Palm Springs with my queens. We've been manifesting finer things. All our dreams, rulers of the green reign supreme. Getting cream, surround myself with ultralight beams. That's the team. Descendants of the kingdom of Kush. Down in Venice smoking blackberry kush. I do what I want, I do it for fun, I do it for us, I do it with love. Celebrating life on a daily. The more I do that, the more they pay me. Elevation every day, I'm committed.
Hey,
first I see it, then I go out and get it.
Excuse me, I got
if you wanna feel love, you gotta give it. Don't ever let them knock you off your pivot. Keep your vibes high, don't you get it?
What?
It's a journey, so you
Let's go, Lizzie.
If you wanna see it happen, write it down.
Let's go.
That's low. I usually like to cop it by the pound. For my dogs. Keep a couple rose quartz around. For the heart. Be confident when wearing a crown. You are art, compassion, forgiveness. Live with more intention. Speak life, give thanks. Stay dedicated to ascension. I am all that I preach to be. I invite you all to take a leap with me. Astral projecting through frequency. Let's vibe it out, smoke this leaf with me. Keep it in check. I am all that I preach to be. I invite you all to take a leap with me.
We got to take a leap. We're about to take a leap, y'all. Let's leap. We about to leap.
Keep it in check. Tap in, stay in tune with your cycle. Let it flow.
Let it flow.
Moon, welcome in its arrival.
Hey.
Free bleeding on the earth is tribal.
What?
Let it flow. If it isn't vital for your survival, let it go.
Hey.
Take your energy, make time for yourself. You don't have to work for nobody else.
So don't.
Focus on your spiritual wealth.
What?
Watch it manifest in perfect health.
Yeah.
Meditate, then your payments escalate. Hope you're thriving and you're living your best today. What's great is you're better than yesterday. Practice self-love daily, that's a power play. Compassion, forgiveness. Live with more intention. Speak life, give thanks. Stay dedicated to ascension. Give love, stay young. Make the most out of your existence. Live healthy, self-love. Be consistent. I am all that I preach to be. I invite you all to take a leap with me. Astral projecting through frequency. Let's vibe it out, smoke this leaf with me. Keep it in check. I am all that I preach to be. I invite you all to take a leap with me. Astral projecting through frequency. Let's vibe it out, smoke this leaf with me. Keep it in check. Did you know that your womb is the gateway to heaven on earth?
Yes, it is.
Stay inspired, confident, aware. Stay positive, enlightened. Keep rising, keep grinding, take breaks, keep shining. Keep it sacred. Have patience. Have trust. Believe the universe is always conspiring in your favor. You are blessed. You are exactly where you need to be. Continue loving unconditionally. Continue being the light. Lead the way. Set the examples. You're doing a really good job.
Islam. Greetings, family. So we are here today. Please watch your mouth right now while we talking to the people. We are coming here tonight. I have a presentation for you guys. Now, the slides will be over on YouTube. I will share the YouTube video on everything so everyone can come back and look at it and see the slides, see the presentation if you need to. Also, that's where you can also look at the, I'll place the questions in the school app. I'll make sure those questions are over there in the classroom that you guys can go and view those, because it'll be some question and discussion at the end. If just depending on how interactive you guys are during this presentation. Great presentation, but the questions will be there, so you can always just follow through and leave it in the comments on YouTube, whatever your answer is. Because anytime you give a question, it should be a response behind it. So we'll make sure we get that going. I'm gonna have some more light in a minute. It's just a little dark because someone's doing something and I don't want them to. Yeah, We can't turn on the light right now. They're fixing something. I know. So, oh, my glasses. That's what I was coming here for. Shoot. The doggone glasses, Charlotte. I can't see without my glasses. It ain't gonna be a long presentation. It's be nice and sweet to keep the people engaged. You know what I'm saying? To keep the people engaged. Um. So, oh. I don't know what I did. Greetings, family. I trust all is well over here on TikTok. Greetings. Greetings, family. So, yes, we're going to talk about this whole water war that's going on. So, this is called the 2026 Water Wars Prophecy Unveiled. So, this is unveiling. We've been unveiling a lot over these past few days. Through this cycle, we've already unveiled so much. We have talked about how they changed your name with letter by letter. We've talked about yesterday we were just talking about the whole situation with how you are supposed to find yourself. Find yourself as far as you and your family. So we talked about that yesterday. Well, today we want to talk about, because we like to keep these current events going. So we want to talk about this whole Greenland. We're going to talk about Greenland tonight. Why is it significant? All right. Why is it significant? Well, the Prophet Noble Ali said some words in ancient times. I'm not going to call them ancient times, but we'll say in these days and times, in the 1920s, when he said such things. And with these such words, we call them they come out of the prophets. It's like what do you call them? Somebody will come out here and tell me what it is. But what they are, they're the words that, like, certain words he spoke and left, and prophecies that he spoke on. So these are the oral statements. His oral statements is what they would be called. So we want to give honors to the prophet and his words, giving honors to all the divine prophets for all the wonderful works. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, if you're not familiar, I'll go over him again. Prophet Noble Drew Ali was he was divinely prepared. He was prepared within his mother to be a prophet in these days and times to speak. No different than King was a prophet. No different than Pac was a prophet. No different than Malcolm X. No different than Dr. Malachi Z. York. We could give honors. No different than H. Rap Brown. We could give honors to all of those that have come to do this. And they came as prophets in their days and times. Well, Prophet Noble Drew Ali was born in 1886. 1886 in North Carolina on an Indian reservation. All right. So mother was of Choctaw, father of Cherokee, or vice versa. He comes from the indigenous people. So in these days and times, he needed to save his people from the wrath of God, from the wrath of Allah. Save you from yourself, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? From your sinful ways of following behind gods that you know nothing about. So in these times, he was coming to save us at these times. And at the time, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, very prominent man, very strong politically, economically, socially, religiously, being a man, having all five of them senses to be a full man, not 3/5 of a man. Because there's parts of you that makes you still 3/5, even based off the mentality of the people thinking they're still slaves, just by the names that they abide to. So the prophet brought this to, we don't do those names. This is who we are. So I wanted to speak on this tonight because it's very important due to his oral statements and what he taught us, what he said to us. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to start with this. Islam, peace and greetings. Shh. Peace and greetings. We are here tonight to discuss something profoundly important. The accuracy, this is the accuracy of a prophet, who walked among us nearly a century ago. In the late 1920s, Prophet Noble Drew Ali delivered a message that resonates with chilling precision today. Islam, thank you for the hearts and the love. Moore's men live in spirituality. Islam to you, Islam. Um, he told us, and I quote, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The European is 3,000 miles from home and will have to take some water. Many at that time might have interpreted this as a simple reference to a sea voyage. Because I'm going to tell you how I took it, okay, as a sea voyage. But I was thinking they're going to have to get some buckets and take them. This is visually what I'm visualizing, right? I love how Prophet Noble Drew Ali comes to me, Islam. I love how he comes to me. So many at the time I have interpreted this as a simple reference to a sea voyage. But let's look at this map. So we're going to look at a map. I'm going to put up the first slide over here on StreamYard, which will still go to share screen. Share screen. It'll be over on YouTube. You guys can go and view it. If you want to go over on YouTube, you can see these same things. Okay, hold on one second. As I'm getting this together, let me get these pictures because that's what I'm supposed to be putting up here. So, from the shores of the northwest Amexem, what we call North America, to their ancestral estates in Europe is approximately that 3,000-mile distance. What came to me today was, I said, Greenland. What is this Greenland thing? And the prophet said they would have to take some water. Why are they wanting this control over Greenland? That's what in my mind. I said, how far is Greenland from America? My son looked it up. It's actually 3,300 miles away. Yeah, it's about that. It's about that length of time away. Islam. So this is how you know when the ancestors, the prophets speak to you. They speak to you. They bring things to you and they show you. So it's not a speculation. You ain't got to be speculating or going off of because he said that he didn't say that and he didn't say this. And that's not it. So, oh man, I'm going to have to put these pictures up. But now I got to figure out where the pictures is because now they're not just popping up like they just were earlier. They was really popping up earlier. But, okay, here we go. Hold on. I can actually share this. Is that the one? That's not what I'm looking for, though. No, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. Let me find these pictures for y'all because y'all got to see these pictures. I posted them because I wanted to slideshow some things so that you could see, have a visual of these things of what is going on here. So the prophet wasn't just talking about physical geography at the time. He was speaking of jurisdiction and dominion. He was telling us that their lease on this land is expiring. This is what he was telling us. And the natural forces coupled with the divine will are compelling a return. So as I always say, man has nothing to do with this fight. Peace and love, Islam. Man has nothing to do with this fight. As it says, that the natural forces coupled with divine will are compelling a return. Now we're going to fast forward to January of 2026. Look at these headlines. Why is Greenland suddenly the geopolitical hotbed of the world? Why is Greenland so important right now? It's fundamentally about water. Greenland holds an astonishing 20% of the world's fresh water locked in its ice sheets. As the prophet foresaw, the prophet has never failed me. Never. As the prophet foresaw, they would have to take water. We are witnessing this literally today. We are witnessing this today. Global powers are embroiled in a desperate water war because vital resources in their own traditional lands are dwindling or contaminated. The recent report detailed the U.S. threatening harsh tariffs on EU nations to force a takeover, seeking control of this critical resource. This intense struggle for land and resources that are not their ancestral home is the precise behavior the prophet warned would precede their departure. They are attempting to seize Greenland, viewing it as the Arctic crown, for it is strategic location and mineral wealth. But remember the prophet's profound warning: the European will not be able to remove all the wealth from the land. While they fight over ice, the spirit of the land is returning to the true indigenous inhabitants, the Asiatics. So listen to the words that are being said, and y'all hear these words every day. Why they fighting over ice, water? That's what they fighting over. While they're trying to get the mineral wealth, while they're trying to fight the indigenous people for this wealth and for this stuff, right? The prophet spoke of this. The prophet spoke of this. So I'm gonna play a video for you guys, and it's gonna share screen to YouTube for sure. But I'm gonna play this video, and I need y'all to hear what's being said in this video. And I want to say they just did this like maybe a week ago, a cycle ago or so. Where am I reading from? I researched this today as I've been listening about Greenland. I been researching today. So this came up on my research paper as I've been writing it. So I'm reading actually from what I wrote. But if you want to know about those oral statements, the oral statements from the prophet where he says the European will have to take water when they leave. Well, let me tell you exactly how he said it. Excuse me, because I don't want to misstep that or misquote him. Prophet Noble Drew Ali delivered a message that resonates in chilling precision today. He told us, and I quote, "The European is 3,000 miles away from home and will have to take some water." That's what I'm actually coming off of when I decided to do the research of this specific thing, I guess you could say. But I want you guys to listen to this about water. The water stories. It's a panel discussion. Listen to what this lady says.
Showing the podium.
Might speak to you.
And welcome to the podium. Good morning. Thank you to the Radcliffe Institute for hosting me yet again. And thank you to Becky for organizing this and Gina for her kind invitation.
Now wants to do all that, huh? Buffer. Well, anyway, this was with the United Nations. So I'm going to give you an insight on the summarization of this video because I'm going to have it over here on there. So I'm going to give you the summation of this video so the people on TikTok can hear, and also the people from the school app can get an idea of what this video is saying. So the video, The Water Stories, is a panel discussion. It's about religion, spirituality, the sacred rivers, and the climate crisis. From the Harvard Radcliffe Institute, explores the deep cultural, spiritual, and political dimensions of water. You can find this on YouTube. It's called The Water Stories. Water Stories. It's a panel discussion. It's through Harvard, the Harvard Institute. These are the key points. Water as sacred. The panel highlights how many rivers and water bodies are revered in many traditions, often personified as goddesses or ancestral forces. Religion and rituals. The speakers discuss how spiritual practices and rites tied to water shape communities, identities, and resilience. The colonial legacy. The exhibition critiques the extractive view of water as a mere resource, pointing to colonial histories that disrupted indigenous relationships with rivers. Always remember, we were always water people. We are the water people. The children of the sun, the children of the water. We're all of that. We're all of those things. Every element you could think of, we're the children of that. So, through this climate crisis, the conversation connects these cultural perspectives to modern challenges, emphasizing how climate change, driven by fossil fuel use, threatens sacred rivers and global water security. The purpose of this exhibition. The event is a part of the water stories, river goddesses, ancestral rites, and climate crisis exhibition, designed to illuminate water's role behind economics and to inspire new ways of thinking about stewardship. In essence, the panels situates water at the intersection of spirituality, heritage, and climate justice, urging a shift from exploitation to reverence. We have to reverence the water. We got to give honors to the water for what the water does for us. The water does a lot for us, y'all. The water does a lot for us. So we're going to stop sharing the screen because for some reason my girl is just buffering. I don't know. I think because we're having a power outage here in Colorado. We're having a power outage. So it is, yeah, we're having a power outage here. So, it's all kind of stuff going on in the world right now. But that is a video you can find on YouTube. Like I said, you could go to my YouTube channel and see that that same thing, and I'll put it in the chat for you guys that may want to come view this later. And matter of fact, I will make sure I put the presentation sheet up for you. So if you go to the YouTube channel, my brother Moore's Man Living Spirituality, then you can view the presentation from there. And it's going to have everything I'm talking about, okay, from the different slides, but the pictures, I'll have to send those to you also. So now, like I said, we fast forwarded to January of 2026 and looking at the headlines and why is Greenland suddenly the geopolitical hotbed of the world? Because it's not just about territory. It's fundamentally about water. Everybody want to control the water source, but we got bad water everywhere. So Greenland holding this fresh water that's locked under its ice sheets. And as the prophet foresaw, they would have to take water. And we're witnessing this literally today. The global powers are embroiled in a desperate water war because vital resources in their own traditional lands are dwindling or contaminated. Look at Flint, Michigan. Look around the world. The water's bad. The recent reports detail the U.S. threatening harsh tariffs on EU nations to force a takeover, seeking control of this critical resource. This intense struggle for land and resource that are not their ancestral home is the precise behavior the prophet warned would precede their departure. They are attempting to seize Greenland, viewing it as the Arctic crown, for its strategic location and mineral wealth. But remember the prophet's profound warning. The European will not be able to remove all the wealth from the land, So while they fight over ice, the spirit of the land is returning to the true indigenous inhabitants, the Asiatics. So now slide 3, it's gonna show some box cars, okay? Because he spoke of this. He spoke of this. So when I put these slides up, it was because the prophet spoke of these things happening. So the box cars and the great return. Prophet Noble Drew Ali also spoke of seeing them in boxcars and smelling them before we see them. This isn't just a grim vision, it symbolizes the breakdown of the de facto systems. Because let me tell you, in the video that I was reading to you guys from, the lady talks about how when she was young, and they would have to walk past this place because they started coming in through the water, that they could smell them, and the smell was bad. So she's giving you visually what she actually went through. The prophet's bringing the esoteric into this, the science into this, and you think smelling means smelling from the nose. I always say your senses could be different, because when you see with your ears, smell with your eyes, you walking by, see with your ears, hear with your eyes, you're walking by faith and not by sight. So when you think of smelling, that sense can mean, it didn't mean you had to smell it because it smelled bad, but this is the way the prophet broke this down. So he spoke of seeing them in boxcars and smelling them before we see them. This isn't just a grim vision. It symbolizes the breakdown of the de facto system. I want you to understand, all European don't mean pale skin. Europeans, it's all kind of Europeans, ones that look like you too. So please stop thinking that that's what it means. No. It's an entity. It's a power that's been in control. So we are witnessing global economic instability, resource scarcity, and mass migrations that force people into desperate situations, often involving displacement. When you observe the chaos unfolding over Greenland, you are seeing the 3,000-mile separation in its most dramatic physical manifestation. Oh, the prophet Noble Drew Ali comes through so graciously to me. I'm telling, man can't come through the way he come through. He just be coming through and he'll just lay it in my lap. Be like, here, I need you to go look that up. The old bridges are collapsing. The prophecy that we would smell them before we see them speaks to the decay of the old world order, the moral, economic, and environmental degradation that precedes a major shift. While they scramble for the last reserves of water and minerals in lands not their own, our mandate is to save ourselves by reclaiming our divine birthrights and our lost estate. This isn't just current events, it's a profound fulfillment of the Moorish Hadith. In the year 2000, the Moors will come into their own. We are now 26 years into that prophesied awakening. The struggle over. Greenland is not merely a political conflict. It is a powerful, undeniable sign of that awakening and that impending divinely ordained return. That's what Greenland's about. Our prophet Noble Drew Ali was never a prophet like him. I give honors to all the divine prophets for all the wonderful works they brought. But the prophet Noble Drew Ali had to come and save his people right here in North Amexum, America, Amexum, Amortica, however you want to say it, had to come save us, the Asiatics of over here, from our sinful ways. So when he brought this message, he brought it to a point when once you unfolded it, the magic comes out. It's so hard that you can't tear this up. It's going to only tear you up. This information will tear you up. You will think you can use it to get by, to be a scammer, to be a thief, to be a courtier. You going to think you can use it for those reasons. You cannot use it for those reasons. The prophet was very intentional on how he protected our knowledge. But in these days and times, he told us to stand up and speak about it. to go teach it to the four corners of the earth so that everyone, this universal message could get to universal people. This universal message could get to universal people. So we're 26 years into that prophecy, y'all. We're supposed to be reclaiming our divine birthrights and lost estate. Whatever everybody else is doing, that's on them. But Moorish American Muslims, you're supposed to be reclaiming our divine birthrights and lost estate. And if you're not sure on how to do that, my people, you need to get with you a temple in your area. Or get with someone that knows these lessons, not someone that's trying to sell you off any paperwork to tell you they're about to free you, because that's not it. I just told you at the beginning, this ain't got nothing to do with man. This is divinely prepared. This is the ancestors and the divine working together. Who's coming up against that? Nobody. I don't care what man look like he doing on the outside. It cannot rise no higher than Allah, though. What Allah say go. So this online discussion, the 2026 Water Wars, question 1. And I just want you guys to, as we go through these questions, I'll answer. You can type them in if you want to. How long have I been with a temple? I was the sheikest of a temple. So I've been with Moorish Science since 2015. I was a sheikest at Temple 33 in Atlanta, Georgia for 2 years. Islam, yes. So the temple's in me. I'm going to be honest. I don't have a temple I'm with anymore right now, just due to the abuse through the movement have pulled me away, but I don't step away from the prophet. I keep my hand in Allah's unchanging hand. And it hasn't failed me yet. It hasn't failed me yet. The prophet has just showed up and showed out every time. That spirit of the prophet. Islam, the spirit of the prophet, literally. So in this online discussion on the 2026 Water Wars, my first question is, why is Greenland specifically the focal point of this prophecy in 2026? Would anybody know that? Why is Greenland specifically the focal point of this prophecy? Islam, people, Islam, peace and love. Uh-oh. So I'm going over some questions. I don't know if you've been in as I've been presenting this water war of 2026. Thank you. The prophet brought something and said that the European would be here, but once they leave, they was 3,000 miles. Okay, so let me just go here because I'm already going into the questions anyway. Waiting for Mr. Moorman Living Spirituality to come in. I don't know what's going on, but maybe he'll come back. Okay. So why is Greenland specifically the focal point of this prophecy in 2026? The answer is the prophet spoke of the European being 3,000 miles from home. Greenland is the strategic bridge between the continents. In 2026, it is the only place left with massive amounts of pure, frozen, fresh water. So while they're fighting over Greenland, by fighting over Greenland, the global powers are literally taking water just to survive, proving that they are no longer self-sufficient in the lands they currently occupy. That's what's going on with this. Okay? Let me see if I can get you back in. So I love when other Moors come on here too, that they can give their demonstration, because I don't know everything, but I love to listen to my other brothers when they come in and drop some knowledge in. So we'll see if he can get in here. Let's see. Question number 2 is, what did the prophet mean when he said they will not be able to remove all the wealth from the land? The answer. Did you want to take a shot at it, or I could just go for the answer? Okay. What's up, Mr. Michael Islam? Michael Jordan, how you doing? How you doing? um, what did the prophet mean when he said they would not be able to remove all the wealth from the land? The answer is, in the current crisis, we see corporations trying to mine Greenland for lithium and gold. However, the prophet's teaching reminds us that the true wealth isn't just gold, it's the sovereignty and spirit of the land. No matter how much they try to strip, mine the earth, before they leave, the divine essence and the birthright of the Asiatics remain intact. You can't mine away a people's destiny. You can't mine away our destiny. We are the Asiatics of this land. That's why it's important to proclaim your nationality. So they know they ain't got no legal right to you at all. That's what proclaiming that means. That's what putting that title on your name means. And walking in it, speaking it, dressing it, being it. We got to be what we know we say we know. That's what the prophet tells us. Be what we know. So, no matter how much they try to strip mine this earth, before they leave the divine essence, the divine is so fine. It's too fine for your fleshly eyes to see. For mine, yours, or anyone's. It's so fine that, but it's gonna do something so amazing that you won't even be able to tell it in words. We ain't gonna be able to tell it in words the way God moves. We think we know God's strategy. We think we know what He gonna do next. Allah the Father and Allah the Mother work together. That yin and yang don't separate. That yin and yang stay. You'll always hear me honor Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. But we also know that the higher self is the mother, is Allah, the mother of the virtues and the harmonies of life that breeds justice, mercy, love, and right. That's what the mother breeds. Mother breeds that. So we breed it. It ain't something we got to do. It's just innately in us. But the Father is our protector and our guide to protect, so we don't put the carriage before the horse. We make sure the horse is riding and the carriage is behind it. So He keeps us in alignment. He got to keep us in our bounds of righteousness so we don't get too far away from what we are called here to do. So question 3 is, how do the boxcars mentioned by the prophet relate to what's happening today? How do these boxcars relate to that? The answer, the boxcars represent a shift in how resources and people are moved during a collapse. As we see the 2026 economy straining under these water wars, the old ways of luxury travel and commerce are failing. People are being moved by necessity, not by choice. It's a sign of the great shaking. The prophet warned us about a time of transition where we must be prepared to stand on our own. We must be prepared to stand on our own. We can talk all the stuff we want to talk. We're going to have to be prepared to stand on our own. That means grow our own food, be able to source our own water, be able to do everything, run our government. The prophet said, I'm going to leave the European here long enough to teach you how to run a government. Because he said it's coming back into the hands of the Asiatic. We're going to have to be able to be governors and stand in our essence as what we say we are. So we're going to have to run our government ourselves. That's why the prophet brought these instructions too. He didn't bring them for people to play with them. You have to be for real about your salvation. You got to be honest about your salvation, because there's no way to play about it. We got to be for real about it, because we're going to have to stand on our own. And if you don't know how to forage for water, if you don't know how to forage for food, and I mean to the point that you can recognize food from a weed, literally. If you got stuck out and you had to grab your bug out bag, do y'all have bug out bags that just go with your boots and everything ready in case you got to walk away from everything you've built? Because we're going to have to stand on our own. The great shaking, the prophet warned us about it. That's my husband, man. In every life, this man has been my husband. Because never once have I been stirred wrong by his teachings or his instructions. So what is our civic duty as Moors during this 2026 crisis? We have civic duties, y'all. We have civic duties. The prophet puts it in our instructions, what our social duties are, what a magistrate and subject is, what a master and a servant is, because you must be that within yourself in order to exercise it. But when we don't know ourselves, we're not being ourselves. It's bigger than anything we can imagine. That's why the prophet brought these lessons. 1913 to 1928. During the time they said people was broke. It was a depression. Not the prophet. He had 7 businesses. Newspaper, teas and tonics, the first Uber Eats, the first taxi cab, I would say. Dry cleaners, all the temple. Really? The 20s? This man rocking like that in the 20s in Chicago? He knew what he was doing. He already went to proclaim the land to be ours. That's why he went to the convention in Cuba. That's why he was there at that convention. That's where he got the whole thing about making sure we had convention, so we could be voting the proper people to sit in the proper place, because this time was coming. And Moore's been playing. They thought this was a joke, that the prophet was just talking, but he wasn't. He might have stood 5'6", however short he was, but baby, he was powerful. And he moved for the people. It was nothing personal, it was nothing greedy. Everyone around him was greedy. Nobody around him had his back. Because if anybody had the prophet's back, he would still be here today. He would have been more protected physically. That same prophet they look for. But the prophet's spirit has been in many. Ira Johnson Bay, Allah ill. We could keep going. That spirit has showed up. John Givens ill. That spirit has returned. And that spirit continued to return. So what is our civic duty as Moors during this 2026 crisis? The prophet taught us to be law-abiding citizens and to know our status. Because you got to know how to follow the law to be a good person, a good steward, a good citizen, and to know your status. While the world is in an uproar over water and borders, our duty is to remain calm, study our history, and build our own grocery stores and schools. Just like the mission of our community projects. We don't have to fear the water war. If we have returned to our own fountain of knowledge, a bonus, which is a bonus for us. If we return to our own fountain of knowledge, that's what we have done. We shouldn't have to worry about all that they got going on. The prophet already, we got protection. And it ain't no protection out here bigger than Allah. It's no army, and his soldiers is ready. Because he said, I could be in 1 body, 2 bodies, 3 bodies, 100 bodies. I cross the borderland at will. There's nobody on this earth can change the descendant nature of man unless they go above Allah. And nobody can do that. Nobody. So I'm telling you, these things have been done for us. So now that you see the 3,000-mile correlation, what other signs of the times have you noticed in your own neighborhood or in the news this cycle that aligns with the prophet's warnings? Have y'all seen anything that aligns with the prophet warning? Because the prophet sent many warnings. He sent us many warnings. And we have to align with what he brought for us. Because once we align with that, there's nothing no one can tell us. The one thing no one's teaching is nationality. Once you proclaim your nationality, everything that is attempting to be done is giving back to you because it's rightfully yours from the beginning. It's rightfully yours from the beginning. It was never theirs. It was never theirs. Our land was never taken. Our minds were taken, not our land. Our minds was taken. Because Greenland right now is saying, oh no, we good. We don't need none of them over here. We good. We got it on our own. We don't use money. We don't do none of that over here. So they've been holding their own down. That's what you're supposed to be looking at. We're supposed to look at the scientific. We're scientists. So we don't scanty research nothing. The prophet told us we don't do this in a scanty way. We don't. It's returned back to us. It's time for us to stand on what that means. And when you stand in it, walk in it, dress in it, and all that, there's never a time they're going to tell you no. Because they never tell me no. Like I said, I show up to the court. I don't have to take off a turban. I don't have to take off my star and crescent with my 7. I never have to take off no jewelry. I don't care what building I'm walking in. From the officers to the mayor's office to the courthouse, anywhere I go dressed like, they can't tell me to take it off. First of all, my turban is properly wrapped. It's a proper way to wrap. You know, I don't care if I scare these people. You know, it's a proper way to wrap your hair. It's a proper way to show up in front of these people because then they know that you know who you are. And I'm telling you, when you go and they show you, when you go and you're talking to them in this way, the first thing they say, that what they was telling me when I was going, we love seeing y'all coming. But if I didn't have my hair wrapped, she probably would have never said that. When I told that judge, that European judge, I'm changing my name because this was the name to my forefathers before slavery. I proved that to y'all the other night. That my Miko, my chief, my great-grandfather, and great-great-grandfather were Mikos. They were chief of the Choctaw Nation. So Barry was a Bay. He was Chief Bay Godlin. Chief Bay Godlin. Like I said, they changed your name letter by letter to take you away from your God self. Garvey said it best. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the tongue is mightier than them both. They've always written us out. And they did it letter by letter. So that's why when we show up like that, they're like, oh, they know who they are. That lady said, oh, you did your homework, didn't you? Yes, I did. And had to go before that lady 3 times. And the last time she said, oh, tell me again. I just like to hear you say it. Why are you changing your name again? Because it was the title of my ancestors, of my forefathers before slavery. You did your homework. He said, go down to the city hall and ask in an intelligent tone. To those that know law. Once you ask in an intelligent tone, they'll be happy to give you a favorable reply. Because they're going to be so happy to see I done brought you back home to the family of nations. Because when you're black, Negro, colored, African American, and all these other labels, you're not a part of the family of nations, people. You're not. You're just what that says it is. They're selling you as goods. They're selling you on a chopping block, if you ask me. Selling us on a chopping block every time. Just through a pen, y'all. Just through the writing of a pen. That's why we're going into our own. We're going to stand on our own. So we have to build these grocery stores. We have to build these schools. We have to do these things. Our missions for our communities, not a neighborhood. Neighborhood, you got hood. Community, you got unity in it. It's communing the unity. Commune, come together, unity. It's all about unity. We have a chapter in the Circle 7 that's about unity. The prophet never missed unity, whether you're miserable, whatever you're fighting in your life. He has a chapter for you in that Circle 7, Holy Quran. So that we can know how to build our character back up, how to make ourselves great standing citizens, people, whatever. He had to put a word for these days and times so you can notice, because most people don't even notice you're talking to them when you call them Moors, or if you say Asiatic. I have people say, and they be the most educated people, and say, I didn't think you was talking to us. First of all, who is talking to us and who is us? Because if me and you vibing on the same thing, who is the us? And I'm talking from attorneys and all. We're the Asiatics of North America. When they said the Arctic crown, I told y'all there's 3 crowns. There's the red crown, the blue crown, and the white crown. They represent Upper Egypt, Lower Egypt, and Middle Egypt. Middle Earth, Upper Earth, however you want to put it. They're the crowns that belong to the Asiatics. The whole planet belongs to us, because everywhere we went, we took ourselves. So to claim a portion makes us look goofy to them. When they know they're trying to go grab it, they're about to fight over a place that don't even that ain't theirs neither. Neither side it belonged to neither one of them. Because they've lost grip. They have no control no more. But if we don't know how to stand on our own and grow our own food and have our own grocery stores and our own schools, this is going to be a third world country that you won't be able to stand on your own. And everything we think we're going to work for will be taken from us because we didn't adhere to the prophet's prophecies. The prophets came and told us these things, whether it was Jesus of Nazareth. That's the one that looked like us. Whether it was Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad, Jesus, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Martin, Malcolm, H. Rap Brown. Come on. Jeff Ford, Larry Hoover. We could keep going. These are prophets. They come to tell the people, look, I got to save y'all from yourself because you're ignorant and you're lost. You've lost your minds. Once the chains came off your body, your mind, the chain stayed there on your brain. So we have to come out of this. And we got to be the ones that know, the ones that get it. You ain't waking nobody else up. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. These people are in a coma. But for those that know, your duty, your civic duty, is to start doing the duty for the community. Yeah, the wealth is going to be so massive. Shoot, who needs all? You ain't going to have nothing. What are you going to have to do with it? But you got to go out here and teach your people how to hold on to what they got. Just because they about to get some money don't mean they know how to be good stewards over it. And for those that have the knowledge of how to be a good steward, have to get out here and teach the people. We have to teach the people, y'all. We have to teach the people because they don't know. They don't know. Ooh, it's going to seem so good to them when they wake up to all that. And they're going to go spend it in less than 15 minutes. It's cool to talk about it, but how are we going to help our people keep it? How are we supposed to help them? These babies is ruthless. They want every grill they could buy, every car, every chain, every. How are we going to teach them, y'all? We got to get out here and teach these people this stuff so that they'll fall victim to being slaves again on their own this time. But our civic duty is to teach the people. It don't matter if you reach one person, two people. It don't matter because each one teaches one. It doesn't matter who you're reaching. Reach who you can reach because once it all comes together, it'll be more than you could even imagine. The energy itself is going to draw it together. It's called divine essence. There's nobody with a hateful heart that can come in between divine essence. Divine essence is only full of love, y'all. If you ain't rocking on no love energy, I'm telling you, you'll be stuck in a rim for the next 2,000 years that you don't want to be stuck in. So we can't walk around here with heavy hearts and upset. We got to move in love because divine is just that, divine. And it's an essence. So it picks up our energy. We got to be the best energy toward people. I don't care what color they are. If they being ugly, let them be ugly. Let them people be ugly. I don't care if it's Caucasian coming. Let them be ugly. Continue to love on them because when you make them laugh and they really sit and think and be like, well, why am I mad? They have to start thinking about these things. Like the prophet says in when he had to go get the people by the spring and save them and tell them, y'all all got these hard drawn lines on your forehead. Do y'all not know no happiness? Is anybody happy around this bad boy? They said of happiness. What? Heaven? We don't know nothing about that. They said we got to keep going for we can reach a heaven. He said, no, heaven's a state of mind. But that heaven got to have a lot of love in it. Because heaven don't do confusion. So don't let none of the energies that are out here because these people are losing it. They're crashing out left and right. Don't let their energy mess with your energy. You continue to be the loving, high vibrational person you are. Don't let folks pull you down. Whether you're walking in a place and they're not giving you what you're asking for, no matter what, y'all. Let these people look like goofs to themselves. Because then when they go home, they got to think about it and say, I shouldn't have treated her or him like that today. I didn't have to talk to them like that. I could have been more helpful. You know, because I know we get ugly acting people when we out here. Yes, raise the frequency, sis, for real. And make them raise their frequency. I ain't stressing the day. What do you say? I ain't stressing the day. Peace and love is on my mind. I ain't stressing the day. Yay. I ain't stressing the day. You negative, well, I ain't got time. Because I ain't stressing the day. Listen to you a song when you get up in the rising that makes your vibration just shoot high that can't nobody even mess with your vibration. They can't even mess with it, y'all. The prophet brought us these prophecies. The prophecies are being laid out in front of us. And it's the best time to be alive. Yes, Islam. Yes, you do. You have to stand in honor. And stand in honor of the prophets that came to bring you these prophecies. Stand and honor them because without them, we wouldn't know none of this stuff, y'all. If it wasn't for the keys being loosed, well, nobody know what it was to be sovereign. Nobody. But the prophets' teachings and lessons goes deeper than that. They go so much deeper than that. That once you really dig into them, it's so full of love. There's nothing you can be but love. There's nothing you can be but love because God is love. Jesus is love. The first principle in any religion is love. And there's nothing on the other side of it. So whatever you said was hate, that's what you made that to be. But in our reality, there's nothing on the other side of that love. There's nothing, guys, nothing. I promise you. I hope y'all enjoyed this presentation. Like I said, it's on YouTube. I'll have to put the slideshow or the pictures. I did put them over on the school app, but I'll put that the presentation is on YouTube, so you can go to it to look over it. So in case you want to research some of those things, whether it be the Arctic crown, whether it be how much water is there, what this is really about, always know it's stuff that's underlining. The surface looks a certain way, but you always got to dig deeper and keep your head. Stay in that watchtower, y'all. Stay in the watchtower. That's why I love them Jehovah's Witnesses in that watchtower, baby. Because that's a 360-degree look around everything. They telling you we ain't keeping up. We looking. Forget what y'all talking about. We gonna keep looking. You know what I'm saying? So stay in that watchtower. Keep your head on a swivel at all times. Don't fold. Stand in honor. Stand strong. Stay safe but dangerous. That's all I can say to you. Don't go out here and allow nobody to misuse you or abuse you. That's all I can say too. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I really enjoyed this presentation. Y'all have any questions, you can always reach me on the school app or on YouTube or any inboxes on social media. I look forward to seeing you guys most likely Friday. I don't know if I'll come on tomorrow for Wednesday. We might do a rap session for Wednesday. We don't know. But Friday, Holy Day, and Sunday school for sure. Peace and love. What about the Jehovah's Witness? I said, well, the Jehovah's Witness, what I love about the Jehovah's Witness, because they're in the watchtower. And the watchtower shows a 360-degree view of everything. So when I was in the temple with Sahaka Bay, he would always say, stay in the watchtower. And that's probably the only thing I took from him, because we ain't cool like that. But that watchtower thing stuck with me, because it's like, yeah, keep your head on a swivel. Always know what's going on around you. Don't stay stuck in one thing. Literally be able to be a multitasker. Be able to see things from different views. Be able, when you are seeing things, you're just not surface leveling them. So that's that whole watchtower thing and the esoteric meaning of what the Jehovah's Witnesses do. And then I grew up 7-day Adventist. So it's so connected and so much almost exactly the same. Yet it's not, because we did celebrate stuff, but we honored the Sabbath. We went to church on the Sabbath. I didn't watch TV on Friday nights, like things like that. Like I couldn't do secular things like most people. So it was Jehovah's Witnesses about the same. So when I look at them, I see the strength in them and what they stand on. Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get, I would say this, you don't want to get so caught up in the religion part of it, because all of this where we're at now, it's not about that anymore. Now we're at a time where you must find God within self, like your connection to God, so that you know it's directly connected. It's cool to study with them so you can get some science out of it. Cause I'm not, they have knowledge and they hold some keys, boy. They hold some keys. But you know, the 7-day Adventists, the Jehovah's Witness, if you go back into I would call it more orthodox Christianity, you're gonna find that hard drawn truth. You're gonna go in and get that science out of it. So when the Prophet Noble Drew Ali compiled the Circle 7, he actually, it's a compilation of all the books, all of these great books that were either written by the prophets and all of that. So it's a compilation of those. So a lot of times, yes, you do have to go study the Quran and Mecca so you can understand. You do need to have some of those. You got to know those hadiths and some of the things. Some of the Arabic. It's good to know because then things ain't just getting by you. That's what I can say when it comes to any of this. It's good to study it. It's good to be around it. So I grew up 7 Day Adventist, yet when I went to my grandma, I was a Baptist. When I was on my dad's side, going to see my grandma for the summer. Yet when I got older, I was at New Birth with I went to New Birth when I moved to Georgia. Then I was with Regina Bell and her husband for what, 6, 7, 8 years, something like that, at that church. So I have been in different sectors of spirituality, I would say. And then when I found more science, that's what grabbed me. My mom would always tell me she wanted me to find my own. She was like, "Look, it's cool, and I know this is what our family does, but I need you to know that you got to have your own relationship with God. So whatever that's going to look like, I don't want to hold you making you feel like this is what you have to be." So that's why when I did find more science, it suited me the best because it was so close to what I've already grew up in. Friday holy day. Well, Friday night, everything had to be turned off at my house. So a holy day on Friday never threw me. And then the way they talk about Adam being the first man born on Friday and out of the flesh and out of the flesh on a Friday and all of the correlations was just like growing up. So that's why I got so attached to more science, and then I just fell in love with the information and just how it corrected me. Because a lot of times I would pick it up and say, "That ain't me," because I was dating a Moorish dude, and he'd be like, "Yeah, because you acting like this," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm not acting like that." So I would be in such denial of my actions and the way I would be doing things. But man, I'm telling you, when we broke up, and I just was like, I was so intrigued by the information because most of the time when women break up with these brothers, they leave the temple and they leave the information. Like they just sit it down and go away. Well, I didn't. It was something about it that kept drawing me back. And my teacher, being someone in the movement for over 50 years and having a wealth of knowledge, and his teacher was taught by the prophet Noble Drew Ali and also the reincarnated prophet. So I felt like I had got it. I got the best of the best, which I did. But he just was so thorough and patient in teaching me. And he's like 89, like now he's 88. He's about 88 years old. How come them points ain't going up? Not to cut your wisdom, but it was. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know. TikTok does a lot of shadow banning too, though. They really do. They be doing it on the slide where you don't see them, and then by the time I go look later, it'll show where they were there or even comments. But it's just like when you were on live the other day, I didn't see you. It never said you was on live. I had to literally go to your page and go on there to even see it. And then I don't even think you were seeing comments. I was like, so I think it's all a way they shadow ban and do certain things. But girl, we ain't tripping on these people. We ain't tripping. But yeah, so that has been my thing. So when the prophet, when in coming into this information, I stayed with it. And once I grabbed it and got up under Akhenaten, that's Thoth. I mean, Akhenaten, the name is itself, and he was another John. So I've had 3 master teachers named John. So I knew that somewhere in there that John and them, I'm a Johnson. You know what I'm saying? So it was like something was pulling me that way. And so he just taught me so much. Brother John taught me so much stuff. I love him. Um, and he just guided me the correct way in my status change. I didn't never have a problem. Like some people would say they have issues with it. I never had problems with it. Just in the way that he taught me to present myself and what I needed to do and how I needed to speak and how I needed to sign things and different things like that. So he just a great guy. Wish he had a temple because I wish I could share Brother John with the world. But he's just not that type of person. He's old school. He stay on the phone. He be on the phone. Wow, are you serious? Yeah, I know they be doing that because my friend sister Shonda, she is she's a astrologist, and she would get gay. Like her stuff would be 1,000 people at a time. Now you like as if they cut her stuff off. She and we that's when you start seeing those numbers change. I don't know why. I just got my paperwork. I have to go change my status. You just got your paperwork. Good. Okay. Are you doing it yourself? You're not paying no one to do it because you can do all that yourself. You don't have to give nobody no dollars. You go do that at the courthouse yourself. You just follow the rules of your state. You have to abide by whatever your state's rules and laws are. Just abide by them, do them, and you do it the correct way. That's the one thing I can say. So I'm glad you're doing that. Yes, that paperwork is very important. Very important. Very important. Islam, how are you? Peace, peace.
Hey, I'm good. I had my daughter earlier.
That's all right.
Yeah. But yeah, I had just got my paperwork a couple months ago. I'm at Temple 13, national headquarters. But
And
yeah, I am going by myself
good.
to file.
Okay.
I have the steps, but it's just never doing it before, never really going into courthouse and filing affidavits. It's going to be interesting.
Yes, but you know what, you're gonna be all right. Do you have a fez? Do you have your fez?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just as long as you present yourself in proper person in that way, dress the right way, speak in an intelligent tone when you walk in there. I don't know what state you're in, so I'm not sure how they have that set up. Do you have to go to the county clerk or the? Okay, yeah, yeah. All right. Cool, cool. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people get their paperwork, but they never go file.
Yep, they don't.
Yeah.
And then wonder why they be stuck. Because the prophet said our nationality cards would change in our pocket. And with the things that are going on right now, that nationality is the most important thing you can have at this moment.